My traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, the dawn is breaking on the stage that holds our final destiny. And so, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, the show must go on. And on today's episode, before I came to sit down here, I was thinking, I don't know what this thing I'm about to talk about is all about. And now that I have shed, the dawn is breaking on the stage that holds our final destiny, the show must go on, I get a little bit of it now. I don't know details, but I get in general why I would be speaking on something like this. And I had this dream, I don't know, maybe a few days ago. I'm not sure. At the most, it was like a week, but I don't even think it's been that long since I had this dream. And I thought then, I was like, oh, there's something attached to this. There's something that I could read on. It didn't seem that pressing. And sometimes, you know, something will be maybe more relevant for me. And that's what I'm picking up on. This was relevant for you, but maybe not anybody else. And I didn't really think about it. And then I just had a synchronicity with it. And I didn't speak this person's name like out loud or anything like that. I didn't search their name after I had the dream. And so now I'm kind of curious. Because the dream I had was about Quentin Tarantino. Now, not actual Quentin Tarantino. The dream was just showing me something in a way that I would recognize it. So when I see Quentin Tarantino, what I recognize immediately is that he directs movies. He's a movie director. He makes movies. And some of the movies he's made are movies that I've liked. Now, what's interesting about Quentin Tarantino is that kind of later on in his career, his movies are about rewriting history. His movies are about like, this would happen if like at this point we actually did this, like all these people got burned up in a movie house, you know, with the Nazis and everything else. They were in a theater and like they all burned to death or something. What would happen if this actually went down during the Civil War? What would happen if this actually happened at this particular time in Hollywood during the Charles Manson era? And he goes back and he rewrites history with his movies, and then a lot of people watch them. Now this is starting to become clarified to me about why I would be talking about something or having a dream about Quentin Tarantino. Now again, I'm not talking directly about Quentin Tarantino in the dream. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just a symbol to get me to think about certain things. And I had a sync while I was sitting on the sofa, about Quentin Tarantino, which is why I decided, I was like, oh, let me explore this during a read. And the sync was an image on Facebook. And it was the image of the, I think it's like a saloon or a bar. I forget what state it's in, but it is the place where in Kill Bill, the bride gets like, hopefully like beat to death. Now, she does not die. But the sync was on Facebook, an image of that particular place, and then somebody was holding up another image on top of that image. So it was like a picture of someone's hand holding up a picture inside of a picture. We've got many layers here going on, all right? And that picture was the assassins that were going to walk into the bar or saloon or wherever it was to kill the bride. This is very alchemical now that I'm thinking about all like the bride and the white and the red and the black and the, oh dear. All right, well, so I saw that and I thought, let's come and talk about whatever wants to be talked about right now, because now it's all seeming very highly relevant. So now, in this dream within a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream that I was having, Quentin Tarantino was making a movie. And for some reason, and it was not really me, it's just like I'm having a point of view of someone, likely lots of someone's. I was somehow conscripted into being into this movie. Like I was hanging out or having dinner with some of the cast and I didn't realize it. And then like they brought me back to the place where they were filming the movie and I met Quentin Tarantino and I knew it was Quentin Tarantino and I was surprised. I was like, oh my God, hey, it's Quentin Tarantino. That's really awesome. Like I didn't realize that y'all were all in the movies. In the movies. Something about that. I didn't realize that y'all were all in the movies. And those are dreams, okay? Movies are dreams, and dreams are beings. Thoughts don't become things. Dreams become beings because they're already beings, okay? And so in sort of hanging out with all of these people, they just kind of went, oh yeah, you should be in the movie. You should be in the movie. The show must go on. Take your place in the movie. And this kind of didn't, like, in the dream, like, it was kind of over before it even really started. I know that, like, the scene that I was supposed to shoot, like, be in, like, I wasn't, like, a major character in the movie. It was a particular sequence where I and another more major player were running down a road. And I don't know why, but like what was particularly grueling about this was that like for some reason we needed to shoot this particular scene 20 different times. So we were gonna have to run a particular stretch of road, like a decent distance, like 20 times. So it was going to be at least somewhat physically taxing. And then like, I think we had started like a particular take, but like it kind of never came about because there was something going on with Quentin Tarantino. Again, it's not really Quentin Tarantino. The director. Let's put it that way. The director. What is relevant about Quentin Tarantino is only the thing about changing history and putting that idea into the minds of a lot of different people, consciously or unconsciously. That's the only relevant thing. And in that, there are certain movie makers who are also magicians. Not all of them, even really, really great movie makers are not necessarily magicians. So someone like Stanley Kubrick is an interesting filmmaker, not a magician. Not a magician. Wait, not a magician? No, not a magician. But there's something false that I'm saying. What is false about Stanley Kubrick not being a magician? It's something about his films do have a certain sort of power, but it's like he was not making them to that purpose. Let me just look really quick, you know, the stars, the movies and the stars. We were hanging out with the stars, unbeknownst to us. Do you want to be in my movie? I didn't realize that y'all were the ones in the movies. I didn't realize that you were the ones from the stars. All right, so what's this false thing? Because I can't be saying false things about Kubrick, all right. Not a magician, but there was a magician involved. There was a secret magician involved with Kubrick's movies who was a woman that he knew in the material world. That's what's up. So it wasn't Kubrick who was the magician. Oh, and like there was something weird about the shit going on. Like, of course we all know, right? There was something a little bit weird going on there. But it was not Kubrick himself. It was a particular woman who was the source of that stuff, not him. Though he was, I'm not trying to take away from the fact that, you know, he's a great director and all that stuff, okay? I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to make the distinction between who's a magician and who's not. So there was a magician involved, but it was not Kubrick. Okay, but, so the difference, right? David Lynch is a magician. That's a magician, okay? That is someone who is doing something very intentional and they know what they're doing. And they don't necessarily talk about it because they're aware that the movie itself is a being, like it's alive. And it's not necessarily that a magician has any sort of agenda. Sometimes they do, but sometimes the agenda is just to create the alive thing, to birth the thing into reality and then let it do whatever it is that it's going to do, because it's going to have a particular effect on society. We live in a society. Okay, so now that I've explained all of that, let's go ahead okay, these want to come out. Uh-oh. All right, just straight up. Oh. All right, this, not this. Just to let you know what I've realized about these cards. These cards, when I'm using them, normally we're talking about people, right? When I'm using these cards, we are intercepting like some sort of actual message, like a conversation between people that is either happening like like somebody's thinking something, so we can intercept someone's thoughts. But this is like intercepting actual conversations. So if two people are able to communicate telepathically, we can intercept that communication with these cards. But what these cards will also pick up is being communication. And so what I must warn you about before we go any further is that when I'm talking to you, I didn't know that you were in the movies. I didn't know that you were the people of the dreams. I didn't know that you were beings. I didn't know that you were stars. I didn't know that you were people of the stars that communicate through dreams. So that to me is striking me, all this potential being related material. And if you are uncomfortable with exploring certain beings, like things that are, not the Holy Spirit trademark, okay, then this is not the read for you. There's nothing that's going to go on here that is going to be any sort of dangerous, or else I probably wouldn't really put it out there, or I would say, because the yellow transmissions have like it's a small risk, especially, and it's a very long drawn out thing. So it's not like you're going to watch one thing on the yellow transmissions and be like, no, like I wouldn't talk about it if it was like that bad, obviously. But I just want to, like, people watching these videos, whether this is a being or these are beings or not, you need to be able to consent to what you are watching. Because by watching, you are receiving. This is not just some sort of regular little like, oh, I'm just a reader and all I do is read the energy and there's nothing I can do about it. No, this is explicitly a magical channel. And I say, even in the basic reads, I try to remind people over and over and over again, you are manifesting by watching. This is not a static process. You are participating. You are creating me as I am creating you. The channel doesn't do anything. Well, I mean, I would continue to do what I'm doing regardless of who's watching me, because whatever. But like I'm saying, channels don't blow up without people watching them. And so this isn't just something we do alone. So I really want to remind people over and over and over again that what you are watching has an effect on you, especially something you're watching again and again and again. And some people don't realize when they're dealing with beings. And, that tends to kind of get ugly. So I want you to be consciously aware of everything that is going on here. This is why I'm very explicit and very transparent. So there's my warning for this message. We will now see. So we're going to start with these two, and then these are kind of for later. Our first communications. I've been waiting to hear you say that for a while, babe. So there's something about this message that that's addressing me specifically. I've been waiting to hear you say that for a while, babe. Yeah, dog, I'll grab my camelback. Now that's got a little R symbol next to it. I don't know what a camelback is. Shit, hold on one second. And we're back. And now I thought that I kind of knew what they were talking about. And I was like, I think this might be a water bottle or something, but I need to check. And it's a good thing I checked because that is not the most relevant thing. Yes, a camelback, the one that is being referenced here, they're talking about a water bottle. However, when I Googled camelback, what came up was a resort, a location in the Pocono Mountains. It's a resort. Now, mountains are very significant, but what's also significant about that resort is that it's a hotel in the mountains. And I just got finished talking to you about Stanley Kubrick. So that's interesting. And also the Quentin Tarantino sync that I saw was referencing a location. So there is a location. I don't know if it's the actual camelback. Okay, they're saying yes. Okay, something happened there. Something happened at that resort or that location. Not necessarily the hotel, but the location where the hotel is on that mountain or whatever. Something happened through the darkness of future past the magician longs to see. Something likely happened on that mountain. I've been waiting to hear you say that for a while, babe. Yeah, dog, I'll grab my camelback. Okay. So we're going to start. What have they been waiting to hear me say for a while, babe? Okay, what is this? Oh, we have the tower, the star. I didn't realize I was in the company of stars. And the Knight of Cups. So this is, oh, like I'm giving a message. This is just referencing me giving the message about whatever that star is. What is this? Who is this? Ground control to Major Tom. Can you hear? Okay, High Priestess. This is like this. Okay, ground control to Major Tom with this tower. I am getting some sort of a message. This tower does not mean disaster. This tower means there is a signal being sent from somewhere that I, at the moment, not me, like, it's not special, is what I'm saying. Anybody tuned to these sorts of things will pick up on it. About the star. Oh, that could be the yellow star. I mean, it is a yellow star. You ought to be in pictures. Temperance. The scales. Well. And the Chariot. It's about something coming into balance and then moving forward. But again, we have 3 stars here. The sun and 2 stars. And a chariot. Oh, this could be an angel of some sort with that chariot. Chariots of the gods, wheels within wheels. This could be strength of the lion. Yes, this is likely some sort of cherubim, or it's related to that if it is not explicitly a cherubim. And yeah, this is a very like this. Okay. So this isn't everything that I just like said about like, oh, like it's a being and we don't know. If this is a cherubim or related to cherubims, like it's not like you can listen to it without like courting anything. Angels and those connected to angels have very, very specific rules. And the reason why it's coming like far off like this is because if that's an actual cherubim and it's the difference between someone saying they work with angelic energy and someone being in the direct presence of an angel. That is very different. So like when someone's doing the LBRP, it's not that they're not working with angelic energy, okay? They very much are, but they are not in doing that ritual in the direct presence of archangels. Because like at that point, like you would be like annihilated by all of the force of that power, those energies. So like, and angels have very like clear rules about that kind of stuff. So this is a being that is going to remain very far off, but it is transmitting a particular signal, a message about the things that I am now discussing and that I am now telling you. So this is some sort of a heavenly messenger, supposedly. Supposedly. I would guess if it is talking about movies, though, that it is something connected with angels and not directly an angel itself, because movies are like very earthly things. Yeah, dog, I'll grab my camelback. What is this? Well, it's about going somewhere. Going to a physical location that is likely that the place that I just told you. Knight of Pentacles, like going somewhere physically. Three of Cups, to do something. That's like a ritual or something, that Three of Cups. 10 of Wands, that's some sort of energy shit going on here. That is some sort of like there's something happening or is supposed to happen or will happen. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, see, it's the work of a witch. Now, this could be the long-term work of a witch, or they're just saying that like a witch or other practitioner, magical practitioner, would have to physically go to this location in order to do this thing under the moon. That's a fucking ritual, is what that is. Or what that means is, it's not that it's a ritual. There are 3 cups here, 3 messages, 3 messengers that come at night. It potentially means that you need to go over to this fucking mountain, all right? And at night, at a particular night or any night, whatever, when the appropriate person goes the fuck onto that mountain, you will be greeted by 3 messengers or 3 messages, but usually messages come from messengers. And then what is this? The Lovers, 10 of Wands, the Lovers. That's, well, it's some sort of together work. I'm telling you, like that's some sort of, it is kind of a ritual. And I was getting, like, I saw this earlier, but it didn't want to fully come out. It was something about messages given by the moon. This is also about dreams. There's like, so like, hey, straight up, if anybody's a practitioner out there and you're curious about this, I'm going to get more information on it. If you go over to that place that I just told you about on that freaking mountain, you'll probably like either have a direct encounter or you will get dream messages. Yeah, these are likely high-level messages. Like you would, so I'm telling you, right, this is some sort of like celestial thing. Like judgment is specifically referencing an angel. So if you would like to have potentially an angelic encounter, do what I just said. But let's see, let's go on with the read here. Oh, well, we have these other 3. All right, so this is all that, and that is all this. What's going on here? You said I was your bae. Okay, so I've been waiting to hear you say that for a while, babe. Now this. You said I was your bae last night. Excuse me for thinking that meant something. Okay, so This is something about whatever goes on the mountain, or like whatever location or whatever. You said I was your bae last night. Excuse me for thinking that meant something. So this is about maybe something confusing happening. This either already happened or it happens, I said, because it's like it happened, it's happening again. It was like a picture of a location, but there was already a picture on top of it. This is something that has happened before, but it can happen again. So this is likely talking about something future, past, present, okay? It's like, it's something that happened. It is something that potentially, okay, it's not currently happening, but it's something that happened and potentially will happen again. So this is the discussion that we're having here. We're looking through the darkness of future past right now. So this says, hey, I got some silly string for tonight. Ready to get loose? Okay. This is all the practitioner talking. The blue messages, those are beings. The gray messages, that is like the practitioner or the practitioners, if there are in fact 3 of them. I don't know. And then we have, yes, 3 of cups, 3 messages that are all gray. These are people. These are people talking. The 2 up top are beings. Or it's the same being giving 2 messages, but I think it's 2 beings. Hey, do you have any Tide to go on you? Nursing a mustard's... Hey, do you have any Tide to go on you? Nursing a mustard on cargo shorts situation. So there's some sort of stain. It's the cleansing. It's something about cleansing. Does anybody, like, these people are talking about the ritual. You said I was your bae last night. I just got in contact with the being. Excuse me for thinking that meant something. It's not excuse me for thinking that meant something. It's like it meant something. This person, whoever this person is over here giving the first message, they're the ones that had the first being contact. Likely the contact that I am telling you about like to go to a specific location and whatever. So this person here got that message, and then they told 2 of their friends. This means something. And so then they said, the second person said, hey, I got some silly string for tonight. Ready to get loose. So this person, these 2 people are both game. They're like, yeah, we're going to explore this. I got some silly string. Silly string. That's something about quantum mechanics. Got a silly string, a wave, like it's a wiggling string that is also a particle, right? I got some silly string, but likely that also has, within sympathetic magic, right? It has a physical representation. Like this person likely had an object, a magical object that was designed to fuck with like quantum reality in order to make contact potentially with whatever this was. Ready to get loose. Ready to get loose means, are you ready to dissolve the barriers of reality and travel into other dimensions? That's what that means. Hey, do you have any Tide to go on you? Nursing a mustard on cargo short situation. So this third person had an issue, or was like reminding the group that, hey, we need to like, this is like a safety-based person. Like we need to make sure that we have prepared accurately. So it's some sort of cleansing thing. They might be talking about fasting, whatever they would need to do to properly prepare before the ritual. Mustard on cargo shorts situation. That's also something about like proper garb. Like there's something that they needed to do with something involving the ritual. Some sort of like removing stains, a yellow stain. Okay. So let's go ahead and get more information about our 3 here. So our first person, I just got the Blair Witch Project. Well, we're saying these are witches, potentially. The Blair Witch. Oh, something might have happened to these people. Oh dear. I just saw kneel before Zod, but like, you know how they got trapped in that like, oh, I'm seeing Watcher in the Woods. I'm seeing that girl trapped in the mirror now. I just got Carol Ann. Okay, Page of Wands. Okay, these practitioners were pages, or at least this one was. 3, well, yes, one of 3. So we have 3 people here working together to do something on the... Disaster. Something went wrong. It was an accident. An accident. The 4 of Cups, something misunderstood in the message. Or now these people are lost. That could be missing persons. Missing persons. 3 missing persons. So if you do, oh my God, if you do fucking research on that Pocono mountain location and you find that there was like 3 people who went missing at fucking once, oh my Lord, that seems fairly outlandish, but quite interesting to me. And this could be at any point in time, okay? So I don't know how far back we're going there. But like, so we could be talking about something that happened like, obviously when people were still here, but we could be talking about like pilgrims or settlers or something like that. Like the transmission will still come through. We're picking up on something like being related, but like I'm saying, it's not necessarily like the 80s or the 90s. We could be talking about something like way a long time ago. So just because like you do a cursory Google search and don't come up with anything like explicitly right away, it could be that I'm telling you the wrong location. It could be that we need to go further back in time, or maybe this is all just like a ruse, but like I'm not getting it as a ruse. So so Knight of Swords, these were people who received some sort of communication. Someone funded these people. Another magician. But like, this was like a setup or something. Another magician was involved here, a greater magician than these 3. I'm getting the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, 6 of Coins, 5 of Swords, the Devil. This person also had some information about this, but they didn't want to go exploring it themselves, so they sent these 3. Ace, something went wrong with the magic on that 10 of Swords. Something went very, very wrong. And it was likely designed to go wrong. And so now look at this. We have like 3 cups and then that 4th cup. Where is that 4th? Like that 4th cup coming out of nowhere. And then you have someone sitting there like looking at the other 3 cups. That could be this magician scrying on these people. Potentially. That King of Pentacles. Okay. That's the truth. That they're missing. Okay. So, but both things are true. This magician was scrying on these people, or had the ability to do so. Also, these people went missing. Something went wrong with this magic, and these people went missing. Lost in time and lost in space. End meeting. Okay, so hey, I got some silly string for tonight, ready to get loose. Well, yeah, they were planning to leave. I don't know that they were like planning to leave that way. So King of Wands. So this is, okay, that King of Wands was like the conductor, most likely. Oh dear. Silly string and the Fool. Oh my God, this person, whoever that King of Wands like they're showing up as a king, but like this person had no idea what they were actually getting into. And it's striking me as someone very irreverent. Like they were treating something irreverent that was not in fact irreverent. So there's something about like how these people were treating this situation. Because like I said, these seem like kids, or like kids in college with that Blair Witch Project. They went in treating something irreverently, and then that thing came and got them. The Empress, okay. On the 8 of, that person might have had a girlfriend or a mom. Magician, King of Wands. There's our operator. There's our operator. And then the Fool. This person, like they're showing up as a king. It's seeming like they invested time in their practice. Like this, it's not that they were not particularly skilled. It's like the attitude. It's the attitude. What is the Empress? The Devil. This person was set. These people were set the fuck up. However, this person got involved. It was like also they who is that Empress? All right, the Empress is the Knight of Wands. Also someone who lied to them about this magic. Knight of Wands, 7 of Swords, Ace of Cups. They lied to them about the message. They lied to them about what they were doing. Page of Swords, it's about the message. So somebody here, this first person, I'm saying you said I was your bae last night. So I don't know. I don't think this person up here is the Empress. This first person who was claiming they got the message, but whoever actually got the true message, the real contact, like told this first person the message, and then this person here, this first person, got in contact with these other two, but like was sort of claiming that they had received the message. Now, they either did that under the instruction of this Empress, or they just did it. As this is a setup, like, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, this was bad, whatever it was. Like, what is that devil? So these people got sent up on a mountain to do something magically, and the thing went sideways. Well, it manifested. Whatever that devil was, it manifested. Now, that's a being of the earth, potentially. And it was like 5 of Cups. So, yeah. 3 of Swords. Okay, what manifested was fucking bad. Okay. So that was the result of this. But now this other person, hey, do you have any tide to go? That could be saying, like, we need someone to correct this. Like, something needs to be corrected in the energy. Like, this needs to be reversed. Somehow we need to change history. All right, potentially, if you want to take that on, I don't know, like, I'm seeing weird fucking shit over here, all right? And what I'm saying is, while the message that I am giving is not dangerous, acting on that message certainly seems like it could be very dangerous, especially if there are weird magicians involved. We don't know. All right, this last thing about the mustard on cargo shorts situation. Somebody realized something. Oh no, these people were sacrificed. Yeah, the world. This was done with some sort of like larger agenda in mind. 9 of Cups, this was like by design. This sign, yeah. This was specifically to do something. Hanged Man, Two of Swords. That's either something went wrong, and I mean, so something obviously went wrong here, okay? Something happened to these people, but what I'm saying here is that it's potentially the sacrifice did not go through, and I'm getting something on that because my next intuitive impression was, because that's not what this is for. Someone attempted to like appropriate a technology for a specific reason that is not the appropriate reason. And so while something horrible did happen to these people, the agenda likely did not advance because that's not what this is for. These were like evil fucking people trying to do something, and while they definitely did affect these three terribly, it is likely the agenda did not advance. Queen of Cups. Let me get on the world and everything else before I look at that Queen of Cups. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. This was meant, whatever this was, it was designed to turn fate a specific way. For some sort of fortune, we've got 2 10s here. Under that 9 of Cups, this was something earthly, something like, this is so stupid. And then this Sun. Yes, this did not happen. Whatever it was, whatever these people were trying to actually accomplish, Hermit, 4 of Pentacles, they did not find it, they did not see it, it did not happen, this was blocked. This was blocked. So what's up with this Queen of Cups? Because like I said, these beings are not coming across to me as bad, though I'm going to explore them in a second. But this is bad. Such a sad, sad situation. This Queen of Cups is in the 5 of Pentacles. So like I'm saying, that's potentially that Empress character. The person, like the people who set this up did not get what they wanted. Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is the match for the King of Pentacles. Yes, okay. Like, I'm not getting any more on that. I will get more on them later. But this is what I've already said it is. So I'm going to put all of this back. I'm going to remove these 3 for now. Now I'm going to ask, who are the beings addressing the collective? I'm going to move on to that other deck. Okay. Because what I see here, we have 2 beings. 2 beings. So being number 1, tell us about yourself. We'd like to know. This being, well, it's a harmonious being. Potentially an angel, like I said, like with the lion and the wings, this is potentially an angelic force or something that is related to angels. Secret, this being does not appear to everyone, does not speak to everyone, it kind of holds itself back. 7 of Wands, and I saw that in the split. I believe I saw both of these things in the split. What is this 7 of Wands? Oh, this person is also on a fucking mountain. And they're knocking back, that's probably like magician. They're like, this might be some, like they don't talk, like they don't want to engage with people who are doing, oh, that's why. That's why it happened the way it happened. I'll say it in a second. Let me just, yes, these beings do not just interact with any old practitioner. So that's that first being. Here's why some of this happened. This is what I'm saying, good, okay? I'm talking about the way you would perceive, the way most of us would perceive something as good or bad. Like, these beings are good, okay? Like, they're not harmful beings or whatever, and they don't want to do harmful things to people. Now, because of this and whatever messages or whatever is going on this mountain, wherever it is, they will not deal with just anyone, because whatever this is something powerful. And so they guard whatever it is that they guard. And so they know they can deliberate who can come up on the mountain and even start the ritual. They can determine the practitioner's intent. So the reason why this setup happened is because that King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, whoever they are, those are the evil magicians, they knew they couldn't go up on the mountain and do it because the beings would know. And so they gave the information to people who had no idea what was going on. But like the instructions that they were given, it was sort of like they were trying to like hack into a mainframe here. They gave them ritual instructions or whatever that essentially had evil intent on them, because they were the wrong instructions for however to get in touch with these beings. Like, you know what I'm saying, right? But they gave it to these three in hopes that because these three were innocent, that they could then get whatever that these beings are guarding. And that's why things went wrong, because these people didn't know. And that would be why this is coming through, because this was an injustice done to these people. So the people who did this are now suffering a fate that should not have been theirs. And these beings are not interested in that. So we are getting the message. All right, who is this second being over here? The second being, oh shit. Hold on. Oh shit. Fuck. That second being isn't a being. This second energy in the blue. So when I'm saying it's a being, what was in blue here up at the top, this first one was a freaking being. That's a being. The second one, yeah, dog, I'll grab my camel back. Somebody who would need equipment to go up on the mountain. That second being is the people who went missing. They are now on the other side somewhere. And why I'm saying that is I've got the Five of Pentacles, the Moon, and Death. They are lost. And they died. Whatever it was, I don't know if it's like actual death, but something like happened to these people. So they either died and perhaps bodies were found, or no bodies were ever found because there were no bodies to find. Okay, so we have the Wanderers. Like I'm saying, they're like in the quantum realms somewhere, trapped. Trapped like Carol Ann is trapped. Trapped like, I'm not going to remember her name from A Watcher in the Woods. Laura Palmer, all right? But she really did die. And trapped like those three people from the Blair Witch Project. Trapped. Death, the Queen of Cups, but like they can be communicated with. Potentially, well, obviously. The Tower, this is just talking to me about this disaster. Are these people actually dead? Like, are we talking about something like releasing like souls, or are we talking about like we can like actually bring these people like back? Like, I just want to know, are these people actually dead? No, they're in some sort of fucking limbo. These people aren't dead, they're just not in this world. I'm on a boat. That also is potentially some sort of craft. The I'm on a boat thing, that's potentially referencing what we would refer to as a UFO. Yes, they're in some sort of like weird, chaotic, like limbo state, like wandering. Waiting for the alignment. Yep. Okay, so these people aren't dead, which means that potentially they can be brought back. Okay, so have questions. So to the angel being, what is it that's actually supposed to go on this mountain? It's secret. It is some sort of like world affecting magic. It's something like that. But we're saying with this 5 of Cups here, we saw that like these three, we like this information or whatever it is only granted to the worthy beings. Okay. So these 3, like these are the unworthy, but then we saw that this being is looking for like, this is a being represented by the 2 of Cups. So this being would only be giving this information, specifics on it, to the proper people. But it's like saying in general, this would be world affecting energy, information, technology, whatever it is, that is a secret. That is a secret. So we cannot mention what it is, only that it exists. Yes, this is guarded by angels. You see those 4, those are beings. This is cherubims. This is like shit guarding the garden with like the flaming sword and crap like that. That's what this is. All right. So, so how would one go about bringing these people back? We would go about bringing these people, well, justice. Yes, this is about balancing the energy. High Priestess, well, you would need someone with extensive knowledge of the unseen realms, somebody who's also very solid within themselves, and magic. Okay, so, you know, it's a magical process here, led by a High Priestess. 3 people are required. But you need someone who understands what they're doing in the center of that high priest. And just because it's a high priestess, they don't mean a woman. A man can be a high priestess, high priest, okay? The emperor, well, you know, we might need a woman here. We might need a woman. Again, we saw that Empress kind of attached to one of the first energies. That was also something that went wrong here. So there was likely a man acting as like the actual like magician with a wand. But then the person who was saying they received the message, that was like a woman or a female practitioner likely, who was supposed to be serving the role as the high priestess empress. That person was a page of wands. And then this is establishing some form of communication with this, like a message. These are messages. So this is like, it's like a transmission. You're supposed to be intercepting some sort of signal that is coming to you, and you are also communicating with them. How is that done? Well, likely we're doing part of it right now. Oh, okay, I kind of got it. I was about to say, you got to go there. You've got to go to the mountain or the location, wherever it is. And you gotta, the star, you gotta strength and the 3 of wands. This is, the location is significant. What I'm talking about, this is like I'm not being metaphorical. It's an actual fucking mountain, okay? You've got to go to the location where this mountain is. because typically when you're talking about angels, you are also talking about stars. There is a particular alignment of stars where this mountain is. Strength and the Three of Wands. Strength, so like magic, there's magic being done. There's like a magical exchange going on between like these beings and the practitioners. Likely there's also conversation that would be had in dreams. As you were going on this trip, you would already start receiving communication about what is necessary to be done. So this is sort of like, I can tell you in dreams, yes, as you are going. So it's sort of like, let's say you took it upon yourself to make this trip, right? To do whatever it is that you're going to do. I'm not going to be able to tell you like the exact ritual or whatever. You're just supposed to make contact with this being, and they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you, okay, like you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Because like not just anybody can have that information, right? Like this is like actually fucking dangerous. Like it's a good thing what I'm telling you, but it's dangerous to do this kind of shit, obviously. And then this Three of Wands. In order to successfully, what you're doing is like you're bringing them back. Like you are standing on, like you're fucking doing some sort of threshold opening thing to pull somebody else through. So it's kind of like the end of Poltergeist. You're bringing, or it's the end of A Watcher in the Woods, because the Blair Witch Project, they never came back. And other people just went in there and disappeared, according to, like, to the movie lore, okay? But movies are typically representing something that has some truth to it. Like, that kind of stuff does happen. It's just that, like, the way it looks in reality tends not to be the way it looks like in real life. Queen of Swords, on that, well, that's somebody sitting on the mountain. So whatever being, like, yeah, okay. So whatever being is on the mountain, they are the ones who would be instructing, like, the earthly, because we have Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and then the Eight of Pentacles. That Queen of Swords, that's air, that's in the sky, and she's on a mountain. That Queen of Swords is the being who would be telling the Queen of Pentacles, likely that High Priestess, Empress, that person on Earth, they would be the ones receiving the instructions on the work, the real world work that would be done to accomplish this task. There you go. So, if anybody feels like doing that, go right ahead. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to get my Queen of Pentacles back. No, it's the Empress and the Emperor, but shitty, so I'm going to turn them upside down. Or I'm going to get the Devil out. That's what I'll get. It is the Empress, and I need the Emperor. Here's our Devil. There he is. Okay, so the Empress and the Emperor and the Devil. So these are the people who gave R3 the wrong information for the reasons that I have already gone over. And so I want information on these people. We'll start with the Empress. What is up with this Empress? Knight of Swords, this person communicates. Two of Swords, but not the truth. Okay. Like, it's like no communication. High Priestess, this person's a freaking liar. This person doesn't give out correct information. All right, so they are a liar, High Priestess. Who is this Emperor? The Sun. Well, it's someone important. Page of Swords. Six of Cups. Oh, this person is always on the lookout for people. That Emperor, this is how they like get, like, somehow, I'm telling you right now, these people run some sort of like business, and they like, when I'm saying they recruit people, it's sort of like let's just say these people make movies, all right? They run like a production studio. That is how they get people in who would also, because typically, like, there are like factions of people who get involved with like movie making and Hollywood and all of that, specifically because they do have occult based interests. And so these people kind of like hire people, right? There's the day side of the business, and then the night side, or the occult side. So as these people are getting to know the people who they work for, or the people who work for them, they scan for certain things and certain interests, and then they will bring these people over to the night side or the occult side of what is going on. But in fact, these are just puppets. These people don't know, like, so not everybody knows about the occult side of the business, but then the people who are on the occult side of the business also don't know what these people are actually fucking doing, which is lying to them. And like, they're doing like weird magical experiments on people who don't know any better. Yeah, this is just, the Sun is the Two of Pentacles. That's referencing the two sides. There are two sides to this is like an empire. Obviously, the Emperor has an empire that this person runs. King of Swords, Page of Swords. This is just talking about this a disaster. Okay, the Tower just freaking flipped out. So this person is like some kind of weirdo, like mad scientist, but like magician style. Yes, this person is the Hierophant. So they like King of Wands. That is a fucking like, that's like a high level magician. Like, what I mean high level is that, yeah, that person has like knowledge, but they also have a position within the world that is significant. And so the Hierophant with this Six of Cups, if like we can talk about what it looks like in the Smith, the traditional Smith deck, this looks like a larger person giving a smaller person something. And the Hierophant is also someone who sits back and teaches students. So what I'm telling you is true. And that Hierophant, this is systemic. So like I said, this person runs a system. This is like a hidden lodge or something. Like, this is an organization of some sort that is the backside of another organization. So what is the business that these two people run? The day side. I would like the day side of the business. And by the way, you're saying like, would these people would like keep that like all like guarded and secret with like wards and shit? No, they wouldn't. Absolutely not. Because if this is someone who holds a position of power within the world, doesn't matter what the fuck I say. Because obviously I can't give names. And also, me just talking about it on a YouTube channel, like, anybody, it's easy. That person's just crazy. That person's talking about Illuminati shit. That's not real. That doesn't happen. Like, even if I knew that person's exact name and I said it, like, you would just think I was crazy. Most of y'all. So they don't have to ward anything. Well, here, what they would ward is like me knowing that if I tried, like, I'm going to ask what their agenda is in general, but if I tried to like press in to see like exactly what they were doing, no, I wouldn't be able to do that. That also might fuck me up. Like, yeah, that would probably fuck me up, and I'm not trying it because no thank you. All right, well, what already flipped up is the Three of Pentacles. So it is some sort of like business, right? The Emperor. The Emperor's business. It's a magical business. Or that's saying like the Three of Coins is the day side, and then there's also a magical side. Yeah, okay, this Three of Pentacles is the thing that makes the money. But like, what the fuck is that? They're saying it's on the Magician, but I'm going to get one more card on that Ace. Pain. Three of Swords. They profit off garmonbosia. They profit off of people's pain. Eight of Cups. It could be that there's a high turnover rate in whatever this is. Queen of Pentacles. Now, I'm going to look at this Queen of Pentacles. Hold on, let me get this Magician first. Page of Cups. No, this is like they make content. Page of Cups, they either make content online, they make content everywhere. Page of Cups is like magical messages. But cups I usually get as like pictures or dreams. They make dreams, they make some sort of visual content that also has magic in it. King of Wands. Okay, but now, this Three of Swords, Eight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. There is someone here who used to work for these people, but no longer does. Who is this Queen of Pentacles? Oh, that's potentially a star. Star, King of Pentacles. No, it's somebody who this emperor used to be involved with for at least a while. But I mean, it potentially this person was in the pictures. Ace. This was like a magical partner. Tower. Something bad happened, and then this person left. Okay, so what's that tower? Likely, well. The Hanged Man. Is it the same one? I don't think so. No. Oh, okay, wait a minute. This happens. This is something that like happens periodically. Like these sacrifices or whatever they are. This Queen of Pentacles is someone who like knows about this or participated in it before, either knowingly or unknowingly. And like during one of like when like this person was with like that emperor or whatever, they were working for them. This person doing the sacrifice, or was it someone who is going to be sacrificed? This is someone who is going, okay, this Queen of Pentacles, whoever they are, they were a star. Oh my God. This is someone who was going to be sacrificed, but they realized it. They realized they were being set up, and so they left. So this is just the way like this emperor kind of operates. They might like this empress that's currently with them. Will this empress eventually be a sacrifice? Oh, I just thought of something. It's kind of like potentially that empress will be sacrificed. Like this person, it's kind of like this person, it's the emperor. So it's really the emperor that has this agenda, right? So when certain people that he is partnered up with like outlive their usefulness, it like potentially they could become sacrifices, but it's not like, I don't think that he or they get into relationships with that in mind. No, it's more like they end up getting sacrificed because like the truth, like the people who are closest to him, like the truth can't get out, And so they, like, something has to happen there. So they're either like imprisoned or dealt with or something like that. And what I was going to say about a secret society who is heavily involved with movies, who has like a day side and then a night side that you don't know about, who's on a boat, sounds like L. Ron Hubbard to me. Sounds like potentially Scientology to me. Or something like it. I'm just saying it's not entirely out of left field. Not entirely. So I would say that's either a direct fucking reference to Scientology or it's something like Scientology. Operates in the same way Scientology does. Okay. Is this Scientology? I gotta know on that, but I'm just saying. I've got the 9 of Wands, Judgment, and the 5 of Pentacles. It's almost sort of like, oh, they're saying it can't be Scientology. It's not Scientology because Scientology has kind of like fallen out of like favor almost. It's like they're too, like, Judgment's already been kind of blown on Scientology, so they're like 9 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. So it's not Scientology because they've kind of been like already fucked. This is the thing. It's not that they're not still a horrible organization, but I'm just saying they're not the ones who are doing this. Well, what sort of organization is this? If like, Queen of Swords. It's potentially a charitable organization. 10 of Swords. Star, it's something to do, like this is well known or it's straight up like celebrity stuff. But like they give money to, like I'm saying, this is just referencing like they have this like happy, like, oh, we do such great things. We make these nice movies. And then it's like, what it really is the fucking 10 of Swords. Because the movies also have an agenda. What is the agenda of the content that these people produce? Oh, it's not going to tell. So I've got 2 of Wands, 4 of Coins, Temperance. It's not going to tell me. I told you, if I try to go too deep into what these people are actually doing, it's not that any, because I actually wasn't even thinking about like piercing hard or whatever. I was just like, in general, it's not going to tell me because Temperance looks like an angel pouring 2 things like together. That's worded. It's not going to tell me what the agenda is because that is guarded by whatever construct, like an egregore or whatever, or an actual being that these people work with is guarding all of that. That's like a ward, that is an egregore, it's a servitor, or it's an actual being that is like, nope. You'll just be led down a merry way and you will find out nothing substantial. So how, though, would we identify this content if we were to see it? I'm immediately like getting toxic positivity. It's something about lies. Okay, it's like there are co-hosts on it. Like there's a King of Cups and an Empress who are lying. So this is like people talking. Yes, this King of Cups is presenting like positively, but it's like whatever that King of Cups is saying is like designed to sow chaos. I'm also getting this as potentially like cartoons. King of Cups, Empress, 7 of Swords, 4 of Cups with this Empress. Well, that's just like... This is about kids. This is content designed for, they're lying to kids. So this is like, well, it's two people, but it's like a cartoon. These are potentially cartoons. Very, very sweet looking cartoons. Or it's like, you know, one of those shows that's like, hey kids, let's do this today. And then there's like subliminals in it though. Yeah. Knight of Wands, there's fucking magic in it. Knight of Wands, Eight of Wands. Ten of Wands, that's aggressive. Whatever it is, the content is either specifically cartoons or shows designed for kids to watch, or they would appeal to children if they saw them, but then like all of a sudden it gets really fucking weird, like Candle Cove or something like that. So that's how you would identify it. It's either actually kids programming or it is designed to be appealing to children, but it's not necessarily for children, because you know how there's like adult-based cartoons, but because it looks like a cartoon, kids are going to want to watch it anyway. It's something like that. And they're banking on, because it looks like a cartoon, that the parents aren't going to like pay attention to it. But it's something like that. It doesn't have to be a cartoon. It could also be a kids show, and it's got like live people in it, or educational content for kids, something like that. Okay, so now we will move into the final messages, and we are getting them from potentially this being or these people who are able to communicate from the other side. And then we will get Jesus on it, as well as the Father. Whoa. Oh, I heard a yes from all of that. We met on chat roulette. Calm down. You sound angry. There's something insidious. It's hi, it's your Uber driver. I'm outside, but I was wondering if I could come in for... Okay. Potentially, hi, it's your Uber driver. I'm outside, but I was wondering if I could come in for a second, kind of having a bad day. There are stories about like black-eyed children and the supposed men in black or whatever, like that will come to people's doors and ask to come in. If you start investigating any of this and anybody who you don't know, like, and it's like your Uber driver, it's like, it's seriously, do not, like, if it's a kid asking to come inside your house or whatever, do not let that person inside your house. We met on chat roulette. Calm down. You sound angry. That's something coming from the other side. Oh, those are nonsense beings. Like I said, this is a trickster. There is somehow something going on with this that involves a trickster. I'm saying it's associated with like the company. We met on chat roulette. Calm down. You sound angry. And then this. These are like signals that you would pick up. Like if I just got that like talking boards, like you kind of need more people. But so like if you just started doing some sort of talking board method or like the Estes method, whatever, you would start picking up like garbage bullshit trickster beings. And so there's something like that on this that is designed to like keep people like away from what's going on. So let's see here. I don't know if I'm still hung up on you or just the idea of you. This has a limited time frame of when these people can be brought back like alive. I don't know if I'm still hung up on you or just the idea of you. So like there is a space of time where these people could technically like be brought back with their bodies, but then there is just a point where they are like, just the idea of you means like they can't be brought back from the quantum realm. This. Hi, Susie. Kids are looking great. Let's grab brunch this week. XX Sharon. This is something to do, like kids are looking great. This is something weird about kids' content and kids in general. All right, this one. This is your neighbor again. Please turn down the volume or play something other than Drake. This is something about, like what I said, like this is your Uber driver. Like there's something about this where obviously there are at least parties that don't want this talked about or don't want this to happen. And so that's what I'm talking about. Like if you actually start investigating it, there is substantial risk with that, not only because of the nature of the magical process that would need to be conducted, and also because the people who are involved. Because can you imagine if someone was brought back? Oh, I didn't, and then we have that Queen of Pentacles that's still out here somewhere who could also potentially snitch. Because that person's still alive and didn't get sacrificed. Okay. Okay, it's this one. Is anybody else coming? IDK, I feel kind of awkward being with you one-on-one. This is that being saying like, is anybody gonna come get these people? Come get your kids. Tired of them, they don't belong here, get out. This is being territory and the humans aren't meant to be in being territory. It's all discombobulated. Okay, this one. It's called a sense of humor. Try getting one, Ricky. Oh, well, it's just saying, like, yes, we are being joking about this. This one. Wow, it's been so long. How you look at, like, they're just saying, like, enough time is passing that you're not going to be able to, like, do whatever it is to get these people back. This one. My pug got neutered today. I kind of need to be here for him. Something, I don't know quite what that is, but something happened. Oh, that's just saying like the being can't leave. Like nothing happened with the dog, okay? This is just saying that like the being is with these people and the being cannot leave the mountain. So this, like you have to go to the being is what that is saying. Like, in order to get a more explicit message than what I am able to tell you from my location, you would have to go there. Because even if you, now that I've told you about this being, like you could contact this being on your friggin' own, but you're likely not going to get any more information than I've given you unless you got closer to the being. Look, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Shut up. Oh, that's the end of the message. That is the end of the message, but I want to check that really quickly. Oh, okay. I'll still check it, but they already told me because I was about to say, that's kind of a hostile message. I need to check on this again. They led with it. It's called a sense of humor. Try getting one. So these particular cards have like sassy messages on them, but like typically Chariot. Oh, like that's the angel. Wheels within wheels. Yeah, there's just like the secret being like on the mountain, like dead. Like I'm just saying, like it's like I'm fine with it. It's just saying that like that's not a they're not telling me to shut up. It's just a cheeky message. It just means that this is the end of the message. Yes, judgment. That is the final word. We've blown the horn. That's it. Okay, so I've got the right of that. So now we will consult Jesus, of course. The kingdom of God is within you. The knowledge is within you. But you would need to go to this location to activate it. I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. For right now, these people are being protected. We have nothing shall by any means hurt you. So likely those who would take on this quest would be protected by forces. Whatever you ask in my name, that I will do. Like I said, if you did this, if you really fucking did this, like for really real, you would have guardians on you that would protect you and likely do what you asked them to do, as long as it was in the name of justice. Like, they're protecting you for this specific reason, so you couldn't abuse that. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So, like, they're talking about these people who are trapped. They are being taken care of in the only way they can be taken care of right now. But eventually, if we don't do anything and the time limit passes, then they will just simply go into the light, Caroline. Like, they'll be at peace, is what I'm saying, okay? But now, of course, the Son precedes from the Father, and so we will end the message from the highest authority, which is, of course, Bob. Bob, the word of Bob, glory, glory, hallelujah, the highest authority there is. This is the word of Bob, thanks be to Bob. Bob says, in auspicious number 7, and that may be the true joy of painting. When you share it with other people, I really believe that's the true joy. So I am sharing this message with you. The joy of painting, the joy of creation. When I share my creation with you, that is the true joy. And of course, it is also a true joy that something positive would maybe come from something that I am saying today. And so, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, I am your GM, your eternal game master for this, the game of life. I am also the greatest magician of the age and perhaps the greatest magician of all time. And together, you and I will perform the greatest magic trick of all time. We will reverse the polarities of the world, make America great for once, fly this boat to the moon somehow, shift the world onto the mega happy timeline, perhaps leaving it a much better place than it ever has been before. Because we are, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, crawling on the planet's face, some insects called the human race, lost in time and lost in space. End meaning.